This video tutorial gives an introduction to the LEADER Workstream 2 on the impact of economic recessions on drug use, developed as part of the EC-funded project LEADER, which stands for Looking at Economic Analyses of Drugs and Economic Recession. In this tutorial, Gera Nagelhout from Maastricht University explains why we need better understanding of the impact of economic recessions on drug use, and what research was carried out in Workstream 2 of the LEADER project.
Economic recessions do not only have financial consequences, but also impact on health. Economic recessions can lead to worse mental health and increases in suicide. The impact of economic recessions on substance use at the aggregate level is unclear. There are some studies that show an increase in substance use after the start of an economic recession, and some studies that show a decrease in use. So there is a possibility that there are opposing individual level mechanisms at play. Of course, the broader context of recession in a specific country can also play a role. Therefore, it is important to examine how economic recessions have an impact on substance use. To give an example, when you live in a country where the government responds to an economic recession with harsh austerity measures, you really think about what you want to spend and what you don't want to spend, because you are on a budget. So this may lead you to decrease your substance use. However, to give another example, if you live in a country where there's a really real possibility that you become homeless or you lose your health insurance when an economic crisis starts, this may increase your stress. And increased stress can lead to increases in substance use because you want to alleviate this stress with substances. In Workstream 2 of the LEADER project, we aim to examine the impact of economic recessions on substance use. We started off with a systematic literature review in which we wanted to describe how economic recessions affect the use of illegal drugs. But because we found limited empirical evidence on the impact of economic recessions on use of illegal substances, we also examined the impact on two legal substances, tobacco and alcohol. Evidence on these two substances may give insight into mechanisms that are also relevant for illegal drugs. They may provide a way to cover the current gap in knowledge about illegal drugs. We also performed two smaller studies. We performed a client reality check to examine the perspective of illegal drug users receiving treatment in 3 different jurisdictions. This study focused on illegal drug use, but clients were also asked about their use of tobacco, alcohol, and new psychoactive drugs. The third study was a regression analysis that examined the aggregate level relationship between economic recessions and deaths from substance use. Routinely available data for 28 European countries was used. For this analysis, we only had data on alcohol and drugs.
The next LEADER video gives an outline of the process and results of the LEADER Realist Literature Review on the impact of economic recessions on drug use.